This is the first video where we're going to be looking at equations involving logs. Solving equations that involve logarithms usually involves initially getting rid of the logarithms. That's the first challenge, and then often you're left with some kind of linear or quadratic equation to solve. Let's take a look. Okay, so this equation is log base 2 of x plus 14 over x equals 3. Now, I've started with this one, which is not a very common question to see, but very often questions will lead you to something like this. So if you get something which is ever log of a whole bunch of stuff equals a number, you know you're really close to solving it. Here's why. Remember those examples we looked at the start where we said, well, log base 3 of 9 equals 2. And the reason for that was that 9 equals 3 squared. Well, we can use this type of rearrangement here. I mean, in the full generality would be something like if log base a of b equals c, then b equals a to the c. And you should try to keep track of your base here. This is log base a, and the base is the same over here. So we've got a base of 2 here, so we'll keep the base as 2, but it becomes the base of a power, and what we're left with is x plus 14 over x. Now, one other way of thinking about this is saying what we've really done is 2 to the power of both sides. 2 to the power of the right is obviously 2 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of all of this, well, the 2 to the power of the log base 2 just cancel, and we're left with what's in the bracket. So I've got rid of my log, and that's the crucial step. Because now I can just solve this, because what I've got is x plus 14, multiply both sides by x, and that's 8 there, it's 8x. So 14 is 7x when I subtract x from both sides. And dividing through by 7, I get x equals 2. And there's our answer. And you can always sub back in and check, because, log base 2 of 2 plus 14 over 2. Well, 2 plus 14 is 16. Divide that by 2 is 8. So that gave us log base 2 of 8. And yeah, 2 to the power of what is 8? Well, 2 cubed is 8. So the answer was 3. So that's an example of a logarithmic equation. Let's have a look at a harder one here. So here we don't have a single logarithm. Our strategy in these sorts of questions should always be try to get it into a single logarithm form, i.e. try to make it look a bit more like this one here. So how could we combine these together? Well, we could use the subtraction law, which says that if you've got log of some stuff minus log of some stuff, that's the same as log of the first stuff over the second stuff. And all of that should be equal to 2. And now you've got it in the form of log of some stuff equals a number, well, you can just do your rearrangement. Your base of 3 becomes the base of the power here, and you're left just with x plus 5 over x minus 3 here. Well, now it's straightforward because we just multiply both sides by x minus 3, and this was 9 here, so we've got 9 x minus 3. Expand, we get x plus 5 equals 9x minus 27. So if I add 27 to both sides, I get 32. If I subtract x from both sides, I get 8x. And dividing both sides by 8 gives me x equals 4. So there's another example of a logarithmic equation. A little bit harder now. Alright, so this one says, show that the equation log base 2 of 3x minus 1 equals 2 log base 2 of x minus 1 plus 1 can be written in the form 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. Well, we'll get to part B in a second. Okay, so what on earth is the connection between this and this? Well, here's an equation with logs in, here's an equation without logs in, so let's just try to get rid of the logs. How do we do that? We need to combine these two logs together. First thing we better do is get them all on the same side. So that's log base 2 of 3x minus 1 minus 2 log base 2 of x minus 1 equals 1. Now, we can't use our division or subtraction law yet because there's this coefficient, but we can get rid of that coefficient. We do that by raising it up as a power. So that 2 is going to fly up to the power of this bracket. That's our power law. Well, now we can combine these because log of some stuff minus log of some stuff is just log of the first stuff, 3x minus 1, all over the second stuff, which was x minus 1 squared. And finally, look, we've got it in this form that we like, which is log of some stuff equals a number. So to get it out of that form, we can just say that the base of 2 stays the base of 2, 2 to the 1. And now we've got this expression here, 3x minus 1 over, and we might as well expand this now. So if I expand x minus 1 all squared, I get x squared minus 2x plus 1. Finally, or not finally, but almost there, 3x minus 1 is, multiply both sides by x squared minus 2x plus 1, multiply both sides by that, and I'll double it when it comes here. I get 2x squared minus 4x plus 2. Getting everything onto the right-hand side then, I'll get 0 equals 2x squared. Subtracting 3x from both sides, I'll get minus 7x. And then adding 1 to both sides, I'll get plus 3. And there it is. Look, I've shown that this can be written in that form. I've got exactly the same quadratic. Okay, part B. Explain why the original equation only has one real root and state this solution. Well, we think that quadratics normally have 2 roots, so let's find the roots of this. We can factorise, we can do what we want. I'm going to use a calculator because we're allowed to, so here's the calculator. Okay, so a reminder with your calculator, you go to Menu, down to your equation and function solver. It's a polynomial, degree 2 because it's quadratic, and we've got 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. Solutions are 3 and a half. Okay, so my solutions here are x equals 3 and x equals a half. So what are they banging on about when they say explain why the original equation has one real root? I think I've got 2. In situations like this, particularly when you've got logs, you need to sub your answers back into the original and see if they actually work. You'll see the kind of the thing here. So when I sub these back in, if I sub when x equals 3 in, I get log base 2 of 3 times 3 is 9 minus 1 equals 2 log base 2 of 3 minus 1 plus 1. Now that's actually fine because this is 8 here. Log base 2 of 8, well, 2 to the power what equals 8? 2 to the power 3 is 8. And you can check these on the calculator if you like. Log base 2 of 2 is just 1. So 2 times 1 is 1, that is 2. Okay, so that one works. The issue is with the x equals a half. If I look at this one here, log base 2 of a half minus 1 would give me log base 2 of minus a half. So here's the issue. When x equals a half, we have log base 2 of minus a half. Now think about what that's asking. That's saying 2 to the power of what is minus a half. Think about the graph of 2 to the power x. The graph of 2 to the power of x looks like this. It's never negative. 2 to the power of x is never minus a half. So there is no answer to the question log base 2 of minus a half. If you key into your calculator, in fact, let's do that. Look, if you key into your calculator, log base 2 of minus a half, you get a math error. Okay, it's impossible. It's like asking them for the square root of minus 4. There is no number, real number, which squares to minus 4. So that's the issue, is that actually we were presented with 2 answers, but only one of them actually worked. So when x equals half, log base 2 of minus a half does not exist. Okay, there's no answer. So therefore, x equals 3 is the only solution, only real solution, or the only real root. So be careful of that. When you've got a log equation, check by subbing your numbers back in, specifically look to see if you end up logging some negative numbers. If you ever get log of negative number, you know that it doesn't work. All right, we'll look at more log equations in the next video.